Hi guys, it's me Mandy, and here is Afton. We are super excited because we are going to show you guys how to do a straight blunt haircut, all solid one length. It's going to be amazing, so here we go. Alright, the first thing I like to do is I always section out my haircuts, even if they have thin hair, but Afton has a ton of hair. So I'm going to just take her hair, section it out into just, really it's just like a tea parting. Okay, the very first thing you're gonna make sure you ask your client is legs uncrossed, please. Oh, thank you. Shoulders back for me. Very straight and tall. Wonderful. Thank you. I like to use my shark fin shears. They're the swivel thumb and they're the 7-inch blade, which is amazing. And they're very, very sharp. So here we go on this cute cut. We're gonna take about 1 inch off of our entire hair. All right, we are now on to the another section of the hair. The very first thing I want my client to do is always have their head looking down. Make sure it's very tight, the elevation is 0 degrees. And I like to first measure out, like 1 inch is what we're taking off, so that's about 1 inch, which is perfect. So I make sure tension is going at all times. I never cut beyond I always kind of just like to take one little snip at a time and not do too much, because blunt cut, you have to make sure you're super precise with it because every little line will show. When you hit your corners, you guys, so typically this would be the corner right here. And normally you wanna start angling because it's natural to just kind of start angling, but I'm actually not doing that. I'm gonna make sure I'm going with where her hair is starting right here. I'm not gonna over direct at all. It's all still 0 elevation. So everyone's hair kind of grows a little bit different. A lot of people's hair grows longer on one side. And I do notice on Afton's hair, it's a little bit longer here on this right side. So we're gonna just probably make sure it stays with the inch, but we'll probably be cutting off about 1.5 inches on this side because that's what it looks like about. When you do it the head looking down, you can actually get all of that undercut. All the little hairs that go underneath the hair, it helps starting with it cutting down first and then make them move up. And as you can see, I'm only cutting it, like I said, a small snip at a time. Because if you kind of just try to take a big section, you're gonna start getting like cutting corners, and I don't wanna do that. When you take this section and you take it down, typically you could just cut all that, right? But I'm not gonna, I'm still gonna section. I'm doing a lot of small sections in her hair. So here on this comb, I'm actually gonna use a small teeth of it, and I'm gonna make sure all of this hair is smooth and all combed out really good. So here on this corner, you can see this is like the longest piece in her hair right now. So I'm gonna make sure I'm still sticking with a very tight tension and 0 elevation. If I were you guys to go here and elevate this hair, this is what a lot of people do naturally as a hairstylist. You take it and you kind of just take it away from the hair. If you do that, it's gonna stay over directed and it's not gonna lay blunt at all. So you wanna make sure that your hands are tied against the neck. So when it's styled and straight, you're gonna see all just one length. So we're here on the last section in the back of her hair. As time goes, her hair kind of dries up a little. So you want to make sure it's not on the squirty one, and you want to make sure it stays wet consistently the whole time, because when your hair is dry, the length starts shrinking and you want to make sure it stays wet. So I always like to start my guide right in the middle. I'm just picky like that, and I will work my way from the middle to the corners. And I can't tell you guys how in love I am with this swivel thumb. It just makes your job go by so much easier, and my hands and my wrists don't really hurt when I use a swivel thumb. So here on the very top layer, after I have her look up for me, it will start getting a little bit harder to see your guide, because you're gonna wanna be like, okay, I'm gonna just now cut 1 inch off the top layer. So I'm gonna make sure I curve my fingers, look underneath, and see exactly where that undercut, how it looks like when you have your head down. It cuts it typically shorter, but you want to make sure it's even with the underside of the hair. So I'm looking at that, curving my finger, checking my guide, and I feel good about that. And it's just gonna cut just maybe a teeny bit off at the top here. So as I go into the corner, okay, what I like to do is make sure on this section, I move my body over to this side. So instead of being like back here and then taking this in the middle, that's gonna be over directing. So I'm gonna move my body, and here on this corner, the corner is the biggest deal in a haircut like this. And if you don't get that on point, you're gonna have the back shorter and the front longer, or the front shorter and the back longer. I'm going to section off the sides, probably just two sections here. And also, you guys, I am parting her hair on her part line. So where she parts her hair, I cut from where she parts. Especially on a blunt haircut, you gotta make sure you ask your client, where do you part? And if they tousle their hair and they part on each side, you cut right down the middle. So we're gonna be here on the side here, and I wanna make sure I'm working a small section at a time. So this hair is gonna bug me and it's gonna be in my way, so I'm gonna just take a really cute small metal clip and get it out of my way. Here on the sides, it is definitely longer. It's about 2 inches longer than the back, just because the sides grow quicker. So we're gonna do one snip at a time. Okay, so I want you guys to remember, 0 elevation, really tight against her hairline. One snip at a time. And this is gonna be an awkward situation because you're right on her shoulder. So your natural is gonna be like, okay, I don't want her shoulder to be in my way, and I'm gonna pull it out this way. Do not do that. Make sure you're still against her head. And as you can see, I'm curving my finger, so I'm not putting my elevation anywhere different than 0. Okay, so when I'm done with that little section there, the very first thing I'm gonna do before I hit this side is I'm gonna make sure this is matching up with the back, okay? So when the ear feels like it's in the way, naturally you're gonna wanna comb over the ear. Do not make it like having it at not 0 elevation. You wanna make sure you're still completely 0 elevation. So just on one section, you guys, I cut 4 times. You always make sure the client's head is always straight. If you see them kind of slouching it a little, you wanna move it up. All right, I want you guys to notice something. These little baby hairs right here can get ignored so quick, and if they do, you're gonna have your haircut be ruined. So you wanna make sure you snip those right off. So when I finish the side, the first side, I wanna make sure it's even before I go any further. So guys, we have finished Afton's haircut. We're both totally just in love right now with it. We're throwing in some cute curls. Look how cute and blunt it is. And it's still kind of textured. We ended up putting a little bit of some deep point cuts into the ends. And Afton, do you love it?
I love it. It's the cutest thing ever.
She says it doesn't even feel like it's her hair.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, and that's good because we've had a little bit of a challenge. We've done 2 videos together, and I don't know if you guys have remembered. I'll link in the description the videos we've done together. But we've had a long journey with Ass hair. Mm-hmm. So look how cute, wispy, blunt, very cute style for her. So if you guys love these how-to videos, I need you to comment below and give it a big thumbs up. I want to know if you're loving them because I've been kind of merging myself to quicker videos versus like 20-minute videos, but I'm still giving you the 20-minute videos. So I hope you guys love these. If you do, let me know. Subscribe to my channel. We're making some good milestones on my channel. I love you all so much and have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.